Hey everybody, I am back and I've got chili.
Oh boy, I've got chili. Hoo-hoo. Mickey Mouse loves himself the tomato sauce and meat and got some macaroni in it too. Hoo-hoo.
Ah. What is everybody doing here for Yo, Jackies, how you doing, man? Uh-huh. 2020. Limited time only emo. And it's still going, apparently. It's almost 2023. It might even be 2023 for you. And it's still there. How you doing, man? Alright, let's go ahead. Go an at here. Okay. Chatting and eating dinner now. I should have got to send out a notification on Discord for whatever it's called. What's it called? For when I was playing golf. Cool. All right. Forgive me if my model gets a little wonky here. Oh, you know what? I'll just move it over a little bit. All right. What else has been going on with everybody this year? How was everyone else's 2022? Metroid Prime Federation Force. This was a game that really... Federation Force. That's such a weird game. Like, nobody wanted it. And so nobody bought it. Like, I mean, they tried something different and people didn't like it. So they don't try different things anymore. You know, it's a great lesson to learn. If at first you don't succeed, don't try ever again. I don't know. I think people just want Samus. I don't know if anyone wanted anything different in the world of Metroid. Which, I mean, kind of... The Metroid world is kind of cool, but also kind of weird. I don't know, it feels pretty unorthodox in, like, when it comes to sci-fi in some ways. Like, it doesn't feel very grounded. Because, like, the whole point of Metroid is that you're, like, it's cold and alone. You are in this foreign territory all by yourself. You don't get any help. And then it's like, if you're just kind of doing other things with other people, it feels weird. I don't know. Anyway, that's just what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up the prices for some of these games. Like, Metroid Prime Federation Force sold so poorly that I think it's a pretty rare game. Maybe not. This one's going for 20 bucks used on eBay. I mean, complete in cart. Apparently, Walmart also maybe sell it to you for I mean, this one's... I mean, it might go for a bit more. I forgot the Return of Samus is actually a 3DS game, wasn't it? I thought it was on the Switch. All right, this Federation Force is going for 54, and that's not, it's not when it's not finished either. It's not like the like, I mean, you can get a copy. It's not like a crazy rare game. So, Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time. Let's see how much the original goes for. All right, the gray one, I see one here, Walmart, 30 bucks, like $28. All right, Ocarina of Time gold cart. Okay, this one, I see one here for $80, $84, $88. It's a giant cart. This thing. Yeah. Yeah, this one's $89. This one, $146. Wow. Yeah, you're gonna find yourself that original Ocarina of Time cart, $100, around there. I'm glad that I have it. So cool. Now that whole thing with like game speculation. Are people like, they grade games and then they sell them for, like, if they're mint in box, and sell it for tens of thousands of dollars, even though it's like Super Mario Brothers and it's incredibly common. It's just like, what are you doing? You don't know anything about this. It's kind of like, I was watching a video on that Red Letter Media was doing. You know, the Mr. Plinkett guys. That they graded a bunch of VHSs, which is another thing that's a bit of a speculator's market now. People selling, like, common, popular VHS tapes, like, still shrink-wrapped and stuff, for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Like, tens of thousands of dollars for, like, Jurassic Park on VHS or something, or Batman 1989. And it's like, what do you... These are not that hard to find. No one actually cares. No one wants these on VHS other than weirdos. And those weirdos probably don't even want to pay that much for it. Especially not when it's graded. It's so weird. And it's like, if it's sealed in the box, and you don't know if it works. You don't even know what... Like, maybe you don't even know what what tape it is. That's kind of like, if I was to try and sell you a complete inbox Ocarina of Time, and I told you, hey, it's the gold cart, would they even be able to figure out if it was the gold cart or if it was the newer one? Probably, hopefully. Because there's a huge difference between those carts, too. No, that's the thing. You have to be a real rich idiot and knows nothing about it. Because you can get these things very easily. If you just look at it, it's like, oh, complete in box. Wow. $100? That's expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that one. It's the grading by people that really overvalue how much it is to grade these things. It's basically like, if you tried to sell a game, it's like, wow, this game is so popular. Everyone has a copy of it. It's in really good condition. It's in mint condition. Like, a copy of Super Mario Brothers Super Mario World, which came with every single Super Nintendo. Everyone has a copy of these. So there's no, it's not a rarity thing by any capacity. You try and sell it, like, $10, if you're lucky. Limit LXS, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. I'm just having dinner. It's been good. It's been a good day. How about you? How's your day been? And so we're just kind of talking about, like, video game speculation and how it's ridiculous. Well. So it's like, if you try and sell this game, then it's like, oh wow, 10, 15 bucks. Wow. Super common. You want a copy? If you somehow don't already have one, cool. 10 bucks. And then, if you give me the game and then I'm like, oh man, I know games super well. I can tell this is complete in box. It's really real. Good condition. And then I tell you, oh, it's graded. I put it in a little plastic case and I give it an A+. Wow. Then I say that you can all of a sudden sell this game for like $10,000. Then someone's gonna buy it, expecting that game for some inexplicable reason to be worth $50,000 next year. It's not working. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's how that's going. It's so weird. And then basically people doing that with VHSs as well, and it's silly. It's like the whole Beanie Baby craze. It's like, man, these Beanie Babies are gonna be worth so much. Because they're so collectible, I guess, and popular? Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's gonna be worth anything. If anything, if it's less popular, the people that do like it are gonna want it more because there are few of them, you know? So what's everybody else doing New Year's Eve? Anyone do anything fun? Oh, that reminds me. I want to do a thing where I actually go through... I want to go through the games that I played this year. At least streamed. Something that sells itself as collectible is probably too common to be valuable. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if Beanie Babies were initially like, wow, so collectible. And then everybody bought all of them. And so they're all very common. There needs to be some kind of scarcity. And that's where one particular Beanie Baby can sell for very well. It's like a Princess Diana Beanie Baby. It's not a Beanie Baby of Princess Diana. But it's just like, oh, it's purple. Yeah. And it's more expensive because they made fewer of this one particular kind that is heavier because they use heavier little beans in the babies. Where later ones of the same kind are lighter. And so it's like, so it's slightly heavier. So you're paying out the ass for more stuff. Like, just because it is different. Because it's a little bit heavier. Where it's like the original Ocarina of Time cart is more unique because it is completely gold. And it's also got a number of unique things to it. Like, there is no other Ocarina of Time version that has like the chanting in the second dungeon. and they will never do that ever again. In terms of games, it's probably going to be a niche game. Exactly. Like, I remember I had a bunch of N64 games that I wanted to resell to GameStop, which, you know, is a scam anyway because they give you store credit. And it's like, I sold 12 games and each of them was worth like $6 or $3. Anyway, I sold enough games that I was able to get one new GameCube game. I regret selling those games, but I also don't regret doing it because I got Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. And anyway, of all the games, I sold all the games. They're all the same price except for one. And that game was like NFL 1996 or whatever. Sold for a penny. They didn't want it because it's just like it's a yearly game. 1996. How much better was it than 95? How much better would it be than 97? It's just like that perennial sort of thing. Those games are utterly worthless. Like, they are worth less than the plastic they're made of. Because why would you care about 96 if you have 97? Or have 98? Or 99? Or 2000? Or whatever. Oh yeah, Tronbon. Yeah, that's a rare one, because they didn't make many of them. They, at least not in the West. I don't think they had many of them. And it's also kind of, it does have its niche. It sold over 150. Wow. Man. Yeah, I think the only games that I own that are actually of value are that Ocarina of Time cartridge and Earthbound, which can go for like 100 because it's popular. It's a niche game that did not sell very well because you bought like the whole guide along with it, and so the game sold for like $80. Are you gonna buy like a Super Nintendo game for $80? Try convincing your parents. Hey, yeah, I want to buy this video game for $80. Well, why don't you just play this other game of the same genre for $50? But Mom, I want the one where you play as a little boy with a baseball bat. Not the cool knight with the sword and magic. So yeah, I don't know why or how my brother decided to buy Earthbound, but it changed the course of my life forever. Part of the reason why I'm a psychic VTuber. The other part is probably Psychonauts, another game that did not sell very well. It has a niche following. So don't bet on ever making money from video games. Selling them. Used, that is. You do it as a hobby. And that's kind of where people misunderstand. Like, they think that these things are worth that much if you can't play them, because they need to be mint condition in a box, or else they instantly depreciate in value. Like, you gotta... Like, in what world would you spend $10,000 on a video game? In what world would I spend $1,000 on a video game? If it is incredibly rare, if you already know you love it, man, that's hard. That is hard to say. Turn the volume down a little bit more. Just a tinge. Like, 250 complete. eBay for 25. No, that right there. What you're looking at right there is garbage. That is stupid. Like, if anything, and it's like, no, look up for that double A 9.4, like A++ 9.4 of a game that's even more common, like Crash Bandicoot or, how about Gran Turismo? Look up Gran Turismo. Try and see if you can find. It's probably worth even more because it's more popular. Or no, Final Fantasy VII. Probably best. Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid. That whole grading thing is nonsense. Hey, welcome back home. We're just talking about like video game grading while I'm having dinner. And how it's absurd and stupid. I hope you had a good time with family. There's people that assume that. There you go, exactly. Final Fantasy VII, 9.6 graded, $4,000. That is absurd. And that's relative to a much rarer game. Because Final Fantasy is a more recognizable name. People try and sell this nonsense. It's like, surely all these nerds will want to buy. It's like it's like hoping that everything that you find is going to be like Action Comics #1. I mean, yeah, golf was fun. I played with Alo. We're about even. I think I won 2. He won 2 courses. I'm probably forgetting. I know I won at least 1. I'm pretty sure he won 2. I forget if we did. Yeah, I might have won 1. He won 2. So it's like they want your Super Mario Brothers because it was the very first. It was so important. They're hoping that it turns into Action Comics #1. You know, Superman. These comics that are, because they're so old and, you know, belong to children, because they all, over the decades, over the freaking century almost, these things have fallen apart. And you don't actually have, it's so hard to find a copy. There are literally maybe a dozen in Action Comics #1 in good condition, but because there are so many Mario Brothers cartridges, it's not going to degrade like a comic book. You might have won, maybe, and so there needs to be a market. There needs to be a desire for these things. Like, if you want, there are some hardcore collectors out there that will pay $1 million for the very first example of Superman ever. That's huge. Because there are not many of them. If there were tons of them still out there, like from the original, like 1930 or whatever, release of it. Okay. See you again in a second. If there were 1 million Action Comics #1, then they would not be worth as much. There's a historical value to it. There's historical value to common games. Like, you know, you could say, oh wow, it's so historical. This came with the first Nintendo consoles. Wow. But the thing is that everybody had them. I don't know. I'm talking in circles at this point. I think you get the gist. It's just so weird. Oh. Like, it's collectible if there's a rare variant. Like, if you collect Zelda games, you want, and you're hardcore about it, you want that golden cartridge of Ocarina of Time. But they're harder to come by. So they're worth more. There you go. But at the same time, there's still a lot of Ocarina of Time cartridges out there. That's like if they made like a first print of Action Comics #1, and then like 5 years later they made another one, but they made more of them. Action Comics #1, the original print would be worth way less because everybody already has. Because like there may be tons more of this other one, and the only difference would be, hey, this is the very first one, which is worth more. It's very unique in its own way, but not as much as like, because everyone still has the other ones, and there are people that are happy with the second best because it's basically the same, other than the fact that it just isn't exactly the same. It's not the very first, it was just the second, and that's okay. Na-na-na-na-na. Video games are cool. I like video games. Is there a non-gold like Zelda cartridge? Like Legend of Zelda cartridge? Yo, Nexus Aquarian, how you doing, man? A High Guardian Spice Slime Boy. I'm not familiar. I would have no idea. Love this song. NES art. Ah. Worst version of Ruby. Wow, that's saying a lot. Yeah, I don't think there were non-gold. Oh, wait, there were some. Yeah. There were gray carts of Legend of Zelda. And the gold ones go for a little more. Like maybe $50. Or the gray ones go for like 30 maybe. But yeah, Nexus, how you doing? How was your New Year's Eve? How was your year? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba. So I'm almost done with my dinner. What do you folks like me to stream next? Like, I was thinking I want to do BioShock, but I'd also be up for doing Minecraft. If people are into Minecraft right now. Is Minecraft hip with the kids? Or just shout out what you'd, if you'd prefer either of those. Or if you'd like me to do something else, I might have it. And I may be interested in playing it. I may have it, and I also might not be interested in playing it. In less than 2 hours to midnight, East Coast. I'm at Central Time, so that's when we're going to be celebrating. And it's almost January, which means winter's almost over. Better, better, better. Better, 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 better. I love this song. Gonna crank it. Good morning. Feels like a very fireworksy kind of song, you know? Should have saved it for the stroke of midnight. Bum bum bum. Boom boom boom. Dun dun dun. It's one of the ones that has vocals. You'll also find out in but a moment. We're going to skip this one. Sonic Unleashed. Ooh. Ba-da. Mm. Almost done. Hmm. All right. So, got my dinner down there. So I am going to, in a moment, not quite yet, take another quick break, get some more water. Water. And then we're gonna play something else. I was initially thinking I want to do BioShock, but I don't know if I want to start BioShock so late in the evening. I feel like I may get more viewership later. And I don't mind doing Minecraft a bit later in the evening. Because there's hypothetically like, hey, welcome back home. There's like infinite Minecraft that I could do. But I'm only going to play through BioShock probably once. Before I go and do the sequel and then maybe do Infinite or something. So what do you guys think? What would you like to do? Would you like me to stream Minecraft, BioShock, or what else? I'm kind of leaning towards Minecraft now. Oh no, hold on. May have encoding issues there. I'm not gonna do Equestria at War. Not right now. I could do a little Hearts of Iron. I've got that one. I've got that Ethiopia file that I still need to finish. I am at war with the UK on the side of the United States. Langrisser? Maybe. Anyone else got any thoughts? Any feelings? Oh, such language. The name of my song is so rude. Hmm. Oh, would you like me to play some Stellaris? I'd be up for Stellaris. Oh, you're talking about like difficulty? Oh yeah, difficulty of Hoi 4, yeah. Yeah, Hoi has more kind of going on. If I were to do Minecraft, the issue is like the encoding thing. Like, right now I'm streaming like 936p. I don't want to cut stream in order to restart at 720. Although I could. That's not the worst thing, honestly. That's what I'm doing, like just chatting mostly. Honestly, I think I want to like save BioShock for tomorrow. I think that'd be good to do at like 7 p.m. tomorrow. I think that'd be good. But then I don't want to cut stream again just to go back to 936. But it doesn't matter, really. How much does it matter? No, I mean, right now it's at 936. I don't want to go down to 720p and then just come back to 936. I mean, it's like, how much does people how much do you actually notice the 720p? Alright. I'm gonna take another break, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I'll get myself some water. And by then, I promise you, I will have decided on what I want to do. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes.